So this table has 4 different columns which are called as HR, Finance, Microsoft and Motorola. Let's create a view on the HR column called VWHR. The syntax will be very simple. It will be create view VWHR as select HR from executive management. Now if you view the contents of the view VWHR, it is having only one column called HR and the value James W, which has been pulled from the executive management HR column. In the last example, we created a view on a single table. A view can be created on multiple tables as well. So now we are going to create a view on 2 tables called employee and salary. The employee table has 2 columns called employee ID and name, and the salary table has 2 columns called employee ID and salary. And we are going to create a view which is called as VWEMP salary. So the statement for creating the view would be simple: create view VWEMP salary as select, say name comma salary from employee A join salary B on A dot employee ID is equal to B dot EMP ID. Now if you select from this view you will be able to get the employee name and salary, and name has been picked up from the table called employee, and the employee salary has been picked up from the other table which is salary. So view can be created on multiple tables. While creating the view, you can go for an option called as with schema binding. And with schema binding essentially is an option which binds the view with the object on which it has been created. For example, if you create a view with schema binding option, then you cannot alter the definition of the table on which the view is dependent. Now I'm just showing you a view which is dependent on 2 tables, employee as well as salary. So the view definition is create view VWEMP sal with schema binding as select name salary from employee A join salary B on A dot employee ID equal to B dot employee ID. But if I execute this, it would throw an error, because you need to remember that whenever you are creating a view with schema binding option, SQL Server would expect the 2-part names for the tables you are mentioning, and 2-part names essentially specifying the owner name with the object name. So we need to specify the 2-part names when we go for with schema binding option. Now once you specify the 2-part names and you execute the query, it would create the view. Now let's try to alter the definition of any one of the tables on which the view is dependent. Let's try to alter the schema of the table employee. I'm altering the column name and I'm changing it to varchar 300. As you see, it has thrown an error that the object VW-EMP-SALV is dependent on column name, and that's why it cannot be changed. Now let's alter the view by removing the schema binding option. I commented the with schema binding option and then I altered the view. It has changed the view now. Now we will try to alter the column name, and as you see, it has successfully altered the table. So as you would have observed this time, it did not throw any error. So the schema binding clause does not allow you to make any modification to the underlying tables, and that's what I was telling.